Well, the big hand is on the 7 and the little hand is on the 4, and it's time for the 6 o'clock news. Can you tell what time it is here? It's penny time. Penny hoarding time. I noticed a lot of the ends are looking pretty new these days. I think we're going to start seeing a time when we're going to start finding maybe considerably less copper. But I'm going to keep looking. Sometimes I don't find very much silver, but I keep looking. And I'm going to keep hoarding away. So far I have a little bit under 100 pounds. I've got 3 25-pound sealed up boxes, and this box is getting pretty close. So that'll put me at 100 pounds. My goal is 1,000 pounds. That's what I'm hoping to eventually acquire. I'm going to get right into this today. I didn't see any kind of weedy enders or anything like that, so I'll just start opening them up and seeing what we find today. Here's the first roll. Looks like a lot of pretty new stuff, but we'll just go through this first roll together and see if we find any copper or anything else to get us started. That's a good start. A couple of coppers right off the bat. That's good. Look at that. That is a very nice looking 1972. Very nice. I keep some of these put away. I'm going to hoard it. I might as well take some of the really nice ones and just put them in a jar or something. There's an 82 for my weighing. Another one. Another one. Oh, it's copper, don't it? 75. I think there's like a 2,000 or something like that. 83. Sounds zinky. 82. It's one of those red looking things. It looks like a copper one. Yes, sirree, Bob. Alright, well, we got several coppers in that first row. Pretty cool. Right there. Plus that one. The very next row, I found my first Canadian, 1972. 98% copper. Very cool. Put that in my copper coin stash. What's going on there? Huh. I guess I'll look at that under the magnifier. Looks like the copper coating came off or something. We'll inspect it. Why not? A lot of funky looking coins in there. Here's the copper. There's copper. Okay, let's put some numbers to this hoarding copper. Let's say you're on a limited budget. You can only afford, let's say, to savings $50 a month. Just all your family can handle is $50 a month. Come on, 83. Okay, so let's say on my average I get about 3 pounds of copper per box. I know some people do a little more, and I'm sure it's possible some to do less. But let's say you average 3 pounds per box. So it's 145 copper pennies that makes a pound. And so if you get 3 pounds of pennies out of a box, $25 box of pennies, that's $4.35. That's good. And let's say you go through 10 boxes. Oh, let's stop for a second. I just found a Canadian. There's a copper and an older Canadian, looks like. 1964. Cool beans. It's copper. Okay. You go through 10 boxes a month, and you get 3 pounds out each one. Copper. That's $43.50. That comes out of your monthly money that you have access to. Okay? And so if you multiply that by 12, then that's $522 that you have pulled out of your annual income for savings. Okay, let's say you could have put that in a savings account or whatever you could have done with it. Or if you hoarded pennies with it, your $522 at today's market price, which is actually over 2.5 cents per penny per cent. Let's just say it's exactly 2.5 cents. That's $1,305 that you already have a value of $1,300 plus at your cost of $522. That's pretty good. And you do that every year. And there's a really good chance the copper is going to go up. Could go up significantly. There's a chance. Let's just say it goes down. What have you got? You've still got $522 worth of pennies every year that you could have put in the bank and made a few dollars on. I agree. Everything is a risk. There's no doubt about that. By the way, that savings of $43.50 a month leaves $78 a year, and we'll call that your wheat pennies that you save, and they're worth even more money. So, in my opinion, it's a good bet. It's a way of storing away, making a profit, making value. And should the worst case scenario happen and our society falls apart, then you have bartering power. You know, I totally agree that if you can get silver too, get silver. Silver is probably the number one bartering power. Gold is a great thing, and I'm not knocking it in any way. But silver has been the currency for coin and money for a long time. It's accepted practice. People are used to it. They expect it. And that'll be a great thing. And that's why I say keep copper, keep silver. Store away as much of it as you can. And at any point you get yourself in trouble in life and you need money, you've got access to some immediately. And hopefully it'll be used for more profit or bigger profit somewhere down the road. I gotta tell you, frustrating as it is, but it was there for me and I'm glad. Early in my marriage, silver was so low, it had gotten down to $4 an ounce. And I bought, I don't remember how many, a few, 2 or 3 100-ounce silver bars. $4 an ounce. Don't you know I'd love to have those today. But it wasn't but a year or two later that times got a little tough in my marriage, and kids were coming along, and I had to sell them. And I made profit on them, not very much, but I made profit, and so that was cool. It was great having that to fall back on, I'll say that. I believe this is the 6th row that I'm in, and I found my first wheat penny. Let's see what year it is. 1949, Philadelphia. That is so cool. I love these wheat pennies. And this is one of the bonuses to hoarding copper, in my opinion, is putting these wheat pennies away. My finger hit the off button. I love it when I turn the camera on to show you a wheatie that I found. Well, it's pretty nice. And then we found another wheat penny while we're going through it. That's always fun. Not this time. $82 in the jar. This is kind of aside from the hoarding, but I'm right there around retirement age, and I just think these are fun just to fill these in. It's kind of a collector thing, along with what I'm doing, and especially, let me say, if you've got kids or grandkids that you're doing this with, this will just make the whole event that much more fun. And I just want to mention them. When I was a kid, I filled up a few of these from 1941 to 74. I think I got close to filling up the 1909 to 1940, but here the last couple of years I've just started doing it again just to add to the fun of the whole hunt, and it's just my opinion, and take it for what it's worth. So a person might ask, how much is enough? That's a tough question. That's going to be different for everybody, I assume. But let's just say, a few minutes ago, I said I'd like to have 1,000 pounds. And by the way, I keep mine in 25-pound boxes, and that would be 40 boxes that I have tucked away. That'd be equivalent of 145,000 pennies. But at today's price, at a little over 2.5 cents each, that's over $3,600 in value. And I know you're not going to, save the world, or you're not going to live off of that for years. Let's just say, for the fun of it, though, that over the years, copper goes up 10 times in value. If you read reports, copper's store is getting lower and lower. And as more and more people hoard this away, even that could cause the price to go a little bit higher. And if it did go up 10 times over a period of X amount of years, then you got 36,000. There's the 2009. Then you got $36,000 value stored away. And then, depending on what happens to the future, if everything just rolls along and freedom stays the same and money stays the same and you don't ever actually need it, then, give it to your kids or grandkids. Just tell the wife, let's take a last vacation, cash it and take a vacation, whatever. If society gets funky, and who knows what happens, then you could barter with it, give you a pound of copper for, you know, X amount of your fresh grown green beans or whatever. Because it is a good trade of value, just like silver is. I assume silver, you would be doing the same thing. You know, you got a silver dime or a silver quarter or a 40% half dollar or a 90% half dollar, and they're all going to be pretty much understood their values at that time, and people, you can pretty much know what you can expect to get from it. In the barter system, people usually have a good idea of what each thing is valued at in today's commodities. There's another 2009. Cool. These are kind of like the NIFC of the half dollar. I just found another Canadian, but I do not think this one is copper at all. Let's see. No, 1999. They stopped in 96. That was still kind of fun to find. Oh, and I did want to say the... is that another Canadian? It is right there. Another copper. To say that the 2009s are kind of like the NFC, that's a little bit of a stretch. They made a lot of them, but only about half as many as they made the year before. And a whole lot more people want them, so they are scrambled up quite a bit, but they still made a lot of them. So there's another Canadian that's not copper. Just want to clarify that. Oh, also another roll or two back, I found another Wheatie. I've found 2 Wheaties so far. It was a 5060. I just found my 3rd copper Canadian penny, 1983, one of the 12-sided. That's pretty cool. I enjoy finding these. Anything different, I like different. People ask what got you into this type of hobby. I've always been interested in coins as long as I can remember. But and in the more recent years, I got into looking for silver. 2009, another one. Anyway, years ago, I don't remember how many years ago, I just came across a book. I used to have a bookstore years ago. And I don't even remember the title, but basically it was something along the lines of how to become a millionaire. And it was about a young man that wanted to become a millionaire, and he was looking for the right person or people to tell him how to be a millionaire. And he found someone that told him to go to this other person, and he made arrangements, and he went over to see this. He was an older gentleman, and he found him out in his backyard in his rose gardens. And the gentleman finally agreed to talk with this youngster couple. And they went in and started talking, and he said the first thing before you can become a millionaire is to understand value. In his first lesson, he said, never, ever, ever buy margarine, only buy butter. That was his first lesson in becoming a millionaire. He said margarine has 0 value. In fact, it's bad for you. And butter has value. It actually has food value. And so this is your first understanding in how to become a millionaire, is understanding value. I thought that was pretty fascinating. I will tell you, I never, ever, ever buy margarine. Ever. It's almost plastic. A couple of chemicals away. But anyway, the idea of value. Somewhere in my searching for silver, I had seen several times comments about the copper, and I started looking at it and thinking about it. And it's like, this penny right here, I buy it for 1 cent, but it has a value right now of a little over 2.5 cents. I think at the time it was a little over 3 cents. That's value. There's value in this coin right here. I get my hands on it for this price, and it's already worth more than double of what I pay for it, and that's value. And so I decided to add this to my collection. So a person may say, so you want to be a millionaire? Well, you'll never be a millionaire looking through pennies. First of all, that is not my goal, to be a millionaire. I just thought the book looked fascinating, and I picked it up and started reading it. I was in my bookstore one day, and I came across The Perfect Storm, and I thought, well, that's fascinating. So I stopped and I read it. It was a really good book. I saw part of the movie. I thought it was terrible. But the book I thought was really good. If you want to hear my goal in life, I'm going to talk about religion, so if you don't want to hear it, close your ears. In my opinion, if I stand before my Maker someday, and he says, well done, enter in, then my life was a success, no matter what else happened. And if he says, go away, I never knew you, my life was a failure. End of story, period. I just came to my third wheat penny. I really like it when I come to the reverse, because then I can turn my camera on and we can look at the year together. I have no idea. Maybe older. Feel a bit beat up for sure. What do we got there? Does that say 58? 56. Okay, so it's not older, it's just beat up. 56D. Yeah, it's pretty beat up, ain't it? It's number 3. Oh, also, just the last row, copper. Came across another copper Canadian that's 4 copper ones. That's pretty cool. That's a dark one. Golly, it's been through it. That looks very copper. Yep. Another one. I'm not even going to try to look at that one. Hope we find multiple wheat pennies in this box. That's always fun. In one row. I just came across the reverse of another wheat penny. Just to let you know, the roll before this roll, I found a 1946 wheat penny. It was the obverse. I just didn't want to turn the phone on. Let's see what we got here. 1944, Philadelphia. Very nice. That's number 5. And I am just over halfway, by the way. The red looking things. What causes copper to look red? 82. I just found another Canadian. 1972. It's copper. That's my 6th one. Oh, and I think one roll, maybe 2 rolls back, I found my 6th wheat penny too. It was a 1951D. So it's pretty good. Not bad at all. Things are going along pretty decent, I'd say. Nothing extraordinary, but pretty good numbers on stuff. Seems like I'm getting a pretty good amount of copper. I have quite a few 82s to weigh when I'm done, but that's the way it usually is. Not very many coppers in that roll. Here is my 7th wheat penny, and that one looks really nice. Really good condition. It's a 56D, pretty common, but it's in really good shape, that's for sure. That's nice. There's number 7. Cool. Oh, what is that? I think that's 78. I'll scratch it a little bit more to make sure. $2,000. I found quite a few of these in this box so far. That one ain't very good shape. Hey, look at that. There's number 8, 1939. Very cool. Not bad condition. So, are you still on the fence, trying to decide if you're going to hoard copper or not? Let me throw in there too that copper is really good for you. It's a healthy metal. Besides all the many uses for it, it's healthy. If you cook with it, it has health benefits. Healthy people have trace minerals of copper throughout their body. There's benefits if you get copper utensils to eat with. It's just a good metal all around. I think it's a good thing to have part of your life. I think I'm going to do a video here real soon about lots of the different benefits of copper. That'll be kind of fun to talk about. I might just do it while I'm going through a box of pennies. Or US cents, if you're being technical. Look at that. I just picked this up and I was opening it, and I didn't even catch that earlier. That's my number 9. I'm going to turn it off while I get them out of the roll. Alright, I'm back. Let's see what we got here. I believe this is number 9. $57D, number 9. Cool beans. Oh, I wish number 10 would be in this roll. Not much copper in this roll either, is there? Well, at least I got a wheat penny out of it. Oh, there's a nice one. That's in pretty good shape. Do I want to put that one with my others? I might. We'll see. Well, there it is. My my wheat penny number 10. And I still have 5 rolls left after this one. 1954D. I got my 10. That's cool. It's always fun. You look at the back of a lot of these, it's like there's about a 99% chance that's not copper, but you'll usually look anyway. Every now and then it catches it by surprise. That rim is off center. Well, I had finished going through that box, and I took my 82s and weighed them, and I added the copper ones to my copper for today. Not quite 3 pounds. Seems like lately I have been getting a little less than 3 pounds. 2 pounds and 10 ounces today. I did get 10 wheat pennies. That's cool. I got 6 copper Canadians and a couple of not Canadians. Couple of pennies I guess I'll add to just my really good condition copper ones. Couple of, I got a 1971S I'll probably stick aside. Couple of the 2009s. And not a bad box. You know, a lot of times the copper, there's not lots of surprises. You get a few pounds of copper, you get some wheat pennies, hopefully you get a couple of Canadian coppers. And it's cool. It's a fun box. You're added to your hoard, you know, you're added to your collection. I don't think there was any dates that stand out that will go into my Lincoln Cent book. But that's okay. Pretty good. I enjoy doing this. Pretty fair box in my opinion. Have a great day and get out there and collect you some copper.